All right. Good morning, good morning. It is a beautiful fall day, or late summer, depending on how you want to calculate it. Based on last week, I'd say it's still late summer, but the trees are telling me otherwise. And the question, we have a lot to talk about today, because I'm sure no one's wondering, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Where the hell have I been? And that's the start of today. Today's going to be a long day. I'm doing a lot. I'm driving all the way out to Massachusetts, meeting up with Cape Voice. We're going to go to a Ducati dealership, check it out. We're going to review the dealership as well and talk to the head mechanic and get a good sense of what the Ducati lineup looks like and what they have there and what kind of dealership it is. I really don't know what to expect. I've never been there, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a big fan of Ducatis, so it's going to be exciting. But before that, that's probably going to be a separate video, the Ducati dealership review. Before that, we're going to talk about where the hell have I been. Because I posted a couple of videos maybe 4 weeks ago, maybe a little more. It's been over a month, I think, since I posted a video. And the reason is I've been out of the country. I might have maybe alluded to it in a previous video, but yeah, my wife and I, we got married this summer, and we went on our honeymoon, our first honeymoon. We're planning more than one. It wasn't where we wanted to go originally, but we're still going to go where we wanted to go originally. So we went to Europe, shot around Austria and Germany. It was really beautiful. I had a lot of fun. It was really great. But I didn't take any video or anything because it was my honeymoon. If it were like a fun vacation, I probably would have rented a motorcycle or something and, you know, had a good time and posted some videos. But it was a honeymoon, so I left my camera behind. Well, my video recording GoPro anyway. What's the hold up? Don't wait for that guy. Yeah, so that's where I've been, and I was there for a couple of weeks. And then I immediately got back, and as sometimes happens when you go abroad, I immediately got sick when I got back. Probably going through international airports. I flew through Madrid. I don't know where I picked it up, but yeah, so that's where I've been. So then I immediately got back and got sick, so I didn't want to make any videos. You can still hear it a little bit in my voice, and I'm probably going to start coughing at some point here. Hopefully not. But I'm over it. It's just my throat is still scratchy and annoying. So hopefully I can... No, going this way. Hopefully I can get through this video without too much coughing, and hopefully my voice doesn't sound too nasally, more so than it usually does anyway. So yeah, that's where I've been. Out of the country, and then immediately sick and not making any videos. So here I am, after about a month, finally back, and I'm going to start hopefully making a few more videos unless it gets too cold. I mean, you can see today, we still have a couple months left in the season, but we'll see how much. Depends a lot on the year. And this year it's looking like the trees are turning early. And you can see it's a little cold and damp today. Which is probably not the best weather to be getting over a cold and going for a ride in. Especially a long ride all the way to the Ducati dealership in Brockton, Massachusetts. So we'll see what happens. So like I was saying, I've been gone for a couple of weeks to Europe. And I went to Austria and Germany, and I want to tell you what I did there because it was a lot of fun. Of course, mainly it was hanging out with my wife. It was a honeymoon after all, so we were just relaxing and doing our honeymoon thing. But I did some fun things. I went to Austria, which was really, really beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. The mountains there aren't like the mountains, like say the Rockies in Colorado, or even like the White Mountains up here. They're a lot different. You have down in the valleys, they do a lot of cow grazing. They're a lot lower elevation than the Rockies. So they have like nice green meadows, and they just have cows and goats and whatever else in them, which made it really beautiful. The mountain peaks are all pretty high and, you know, snow-capped. Even the first snow was while we were there in September. Well, I mean, there was no snow on them, and then there was snow on them after a rainstorm down where we were, and it was snow up top. So I don't know if it was the first rain, but there was some rain, some snow that fell. Whether or not it was the first, I don't know. So anyway, the mountains were really gorgeous, snow-capped up top and green meadows down below, which in Colorado, you know, in the Rockies there, it's not quite like that, and they'd get a little brown. It's a lot higher elevation, a lot drier. So they were really gorgeous, and we did a ton of hiking. We just go hike all day, every day. It was really amazing. It was really what I needed, a little getaway from work and everything, and hell, the US, New England, whatever. Just need to get away once in a while, and it was perfect for that, which I guess is what it's supposed to be, right? So, a honeymoon anyway, that's what it's supposed to be, a getaway from life, to just hang out with the wife and do a bunch of hiking. And we saw a lot of really cool stuff. The largest ice cave in the world is right there in the Alps, is near where we were. It's right outside of a town called Werfen. And we saw some just really cool Alp type stuff. You know, all the touristy attraction type stuff is mainly what we did. We weren't there to do any crazy like backpacking, hiking type stuff. So that was really awesome. And then maybe the best part of the trip for me as a guy was, believe it or not, Oktoberfest does not occur really in October. It's still going on now in early October, but it starts on this year it started on the 21st of September, and it goes for like 3 weeks or something. Yeah, I don't know. And so it's still going on now, but we got to Germany the first day of Oktoberfest, to Munich. Well, we were going to, but we couldn't find any hotels. We didn't actually know Oktoberfest. I mean, I thought it was in October. So we didn't actually know we were going to be in Munich during Oktoberfest. It just kind of worked out that way. And then, of course, we couldn't find a hotel, and everything, all the hostels and everything were insanely expensive. And we didn't exactly know why. And then we were talking to some friends and found out that, am I supposed to turn here? No. So we were talking to some friends and found out that it was Oktoberfest, which was really great. So anyway, we couldn't find a hotel or hostel or anything, so we stayed in Salzburg, which was really, really nice also. It's a cool little town, and they have like a little mini Oktoberfest there that they do. So then after we got out of Salzburg, we went down to Munich, and we hung out there, and we went to BMW World, where it's BMW headquarters in Munich, where they build the M series there, and they have all of the series and everything. So we got to see all the new BMWs, and they own Rolls-Royce, and they own Mini, and or I don't know, I'm pretty sure they had a bunch of Minis there. What is this guy doing? And they had some Rolls-Royce, so I saw some really sweet cars. And it was really great. And then, of course, we went to Oktoberfest after that. The next day, our last day in Munich, we went to Oktoberfest, and we were told if you don't have a reservation, which you probably have to do months in advance. We didn't even try. We were told they were like, there's a bunch of open seating, and you're not going to get the reservations. So oh boy, what's going on up here? So we showed up at Oktoberfest. And we had to get there real early in the morning. That was advice. A couple of our friends went there the day before, a couple days before us, and they told us that they got there in the afternoon, and there was absolutely no seating, not even close. They couldn't even get into a tent because the biggest tent holds like 10,000 people, which we did go to, but anyway, I'll get to that. So the tents are absolutely packed by, midday, early afternoon. The fuck? I'm gonna start revving at you if you don't go. It's a fucking cop doing weird things. So anyway, we were told to get there really early, so we showed up at about 10 o'clock in the morning, which was actually just the right time because we went to the biggest tent at Oktoberfest, which holds 10,000 people, and by 10 o'clock, maybe it was like 10:30, it was already full. We couldn't find a seat. We wandered around and couldn't find anything. So we wandered a little further. We left that tent, we got some pictures in there, and then we left just to be like, oh yeah, we went to the biggest tent in the world, and it was full. So we left that tent, and we went down to a tent called Lionbrow, which we had heard about from another friend. He told us it was one that he had gone to, and it was a lot of fun, and it's another big one. I don't know how many people it holds. It was almost as big as the biggest one. It was pretty damn big, thousands of people. But when we showed up, there were like 6 open tables. It was packed already, and people were already drunk. So we sat down, and lucky enough, the people next to us, they were Canadian. They're really nice. They were like, yeah, grab a seat. And it turns out they work in a similar field to where I work. So we had a lot in common. So we talked to them, and they're Canadian, so they spoke English. And then the more we listened and looked around, the more we noticed that because it was a Monday morning, none of the locals were there. No one was yelling in German. Everyone was yelling in English. We met some British, Australian, Canadian, American, but no, not really many German. We met a couple German, but some Americans sat down next to us, and there were some people next to us. Maybe they were Italian or something. I don't know. For a little bit there. Anyway, Oktoberfest was really great, and of course we got there at 10:30, so I was fucking hammered by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's weird, like, getting that drunk, because they give you those big liter beers, and I had 3 of them to myself, and I finished half of my wife's because she's not a big beer drinker, and I had some of this other guys that we were hanging out with, this Canadian guys. So, all in all, I was probably close to 4 liters of beer. So I was fucking hammered, you know, hammered by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Definitely the drunkest I've ever been before 5 p.m. Possibly the drunkest I've ever been ever. Yeah, it was pretty rough, in a good way. So, it was really great, and it was kind of weird walking out of the tent being that wasted. And then the sun just being high in the sky. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're walking around. It was pretty cloudy and rainy for a lot of our trip, which made some of the hikes a little bit miserable. But that day in Munich, it was absolutely gorgeous, and we had a really good time. How's it going, bud? How you doing, man? How you doing? So that day in Munich was really, really gorgeous. Unfortunately, because we walked out and the sun was just blaring in my eyes, and I was really drunk and couldn't see straight, couldn't walk straight, and I needed some cash, so we went to the ATM and I pulled out way too much cash and ended up spending way too much money on the trip, but it was really great, and it's probably worth it. It was a really great time, and we probably would have had a shitty time if we didn't have all the fun we had, so it was worth it, hands down. So anyway, that's a really long story of where I've been and why and what I did, and hopefully there's more videos to come, but you can see by looking around a little bit here, the trees and such, that it's getting later in the season, rapidly. It's already cold and humid today. It's probably about 60 degrees. It's not cold. It's actually pretty nice, and it's good weather for riding, but it's just the start. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get colder, so I'm gonna get better, but we're gonna get some beautiful fall rides in. I'm probably gonna try and take some more rides out like this, because the foliage up here in New England is absolutely gorgeous in the fall, and I want to ride around a little bit and talk to you guys and have some beautiful backgrounds and views for you, because that's kind of why motorcyclists do what we do. Not only is it great to ride, but it's great to look around and see the scenery, and I think I'm in a really great place for that, particularly in the fall. Not in the winter. Summer's good, but fall, that's the time. So I'm going to try and do some rides, but my schedule is going to get real busy here coming up soon. I'm going to be gone for the next couple of weeks again, but I'll be back hopefully enough to get some video, and I might take my camera with me, because where I'm going, we'll see. So yeah, stay tuned. You're going to get a lot more of this, and I'm back. That's the point of today's vlog. I'm back. So now it's on to Ducati. Let's go look at some beautiful Ducatis. That's right, I said beautiful. I want a Ducati, that's right. Alright, I'm out. Oh fuck, I'm gonna be late and he's gonna be pissed. Maybe I should check my phone. Anyway, yeah, let's get on topic. This is gonna be some... Whoa, look at the shape of those birds. Holy crap, that's cool. Look how spread out they are. Whoa, almost gonna crash. I don't know if you can see that, but that was awesome.